So while your hair is clean, because while it's clean, it's not actually fighting against the oil and the grease that works up. It actually just, it waits until your hair becomes that way. So I take this brush. Today is just going to be a very simple tutorial on how I styled my hair most of the time when I'm getting ready for work. When I did a video a couple weeks back, some of the girls had mentioned they really liked my hair, and so I figured I'm gonna go to a breakdown of how I curl my hair. Good afternoon, my fellow stylists, enthusiasts, and friends. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I'm Maureen Moody, and I am the Curious Stylist. And if you're curious, and nerding out on hair color is fun for you, you might want to stick around. And to all my returning subscribers, we all know we're all color geeks here. So a lot of times when I style my hair, I do it like once or twice a week. I don't go super crazy. I like beachy waves because for me, they tend to wear better. You know what I'm saying? It lasts better and it wears longer for me. And I like to do beachy waves. So I am using my Paul Mitchell Unclip curling iron. I like this one. I want to try different ones. If you guys have any suggestions on a wand curling iron or the kind that you can like, if you have any suggestions on different brands, I wouldn't mind trying out a different one. So it only goes up to 410. It won't go any higher. So I'm just going to give you the secrets I use for when I'm doing it. Now, when I do the back of my head, I take this back section here and I work it in like 4 different sections. So that's my first section, and it's about, my first section that I took was about 2 inches. So when I start out and I'm doing the curls around the hairline, you're gonna see that I'm curling those away from my face. And that is just one rule I like to stick. The second rule is you don't wanna take too big of sections when you're working. You're gonna also wanna put a texture spray on if you have finer hair, and you wanna let that curling iron sit for a little bit so that it can set the curl better. Now, as you can see, I am working my sections in opposite directions, and that is to give that beachy sort of natural wave to it. But you can see right there, I'm holding that curling iron there so that it can emphasize the curl. Now, if you take really large sections, it's gonna make it more wavy and less curly, and if you take smaller sections, it's gonna, the heat's gonna compact that curl a little bit better. Tip number 3 is when you are working with the curling iron, make sure that you keep the position of the curling iron the same on both sides. I hear this a lot of times, and for years I struggled with this too. The curl feels like one side is awesome and the other side isn't, and it's because of the way that you hold your curling iron. You want the way that you hold your curling iron to mirror the exact same thing on the other side. If you're finding value in this content, please smash the like button and subscribe. Every Monday I drop a new video on hair color education. If while you're curling your hair, the base is closer to your head and then fans out away from your body, you want to do the same exact thing on the other side and not hold it in the same position. That is the problem. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a picture that I pop up over here. Tip number 4 is make sure that you prep your hair before you start to do all of this curling iron work. And I'm gonna get more into that later on in the video, but that's my tip number 4. My tip number 5 is when I am working the front sections, I really take my time in this area. I make sure that I stick to a set pattern. So as you can see, I'm kind of describing how I'm gonna curl that piece towards my face, and then the next piece I'm going to curl away from my face. And as I work up, I'm going to really take my time in this area, and again, be careful of your sections here. You want to make sure that you are not taking too big and that you're spending enough time on this curl so that those curls set really nicely and beautifully. Now, if you've stuck around, this is the bonus tip. You definitely want to prep your hair properly. That is the secret to getting your blowouts to last longer. When you just let your hair air dry and you don't put styling products in your hair, that is really going to affect how that curl ends up taking. It will fall out, it'll get frizzier quicker, the humidity will affect it, and now that we're heading into the summer, you're gonna want to have your blowouts last as long as they possibly can. So you need to prep your hair properly. So while your hair is wet, you're going to want to put the ionic bonding spray or a heat protectant in your hair. I like ionic bonding spray. My second tip is rough dry it to 80%. Once it's 80%, then I use Schwarzkopf's Fab Foam, which is a really nice mousse that has a soft set to it. I really like it for when I'm doing my blowouts because it doesn't it's not too stiff. It's just the right consistency. The next thing that you want to do once it's dry and you've done your brush work, you're going to want to grab your dry shampoo and a boar bristle brush. I love Schwarzkopf's Refresh Dust. Not only is it a great dry shampoo, but if you have finer hair, it is wonderful for finer hair texture. It works really well as a volumizer. This is my #1 tip to get your blowouts to last long. So if you stuck around this long, you're getting the secrets now. I use Refresh Dust. So here, I'll throw a little bit in. So while your hair is clean, because while it's clean, it's not actually fighting against the oil and the grease that works up. It actually just, it waits until your hair becomes that way. So I take this brush is pure gold to me, and I'll leave a link in the description below for this brush. And what's really nice about this brush anyway is it stimulates your scalp and it helps to bring more blood to your scalp, and it feels really nice, but it helps to distribute. See, now that, you saw how powdery it was before, and that powder residue is still sort of there, but it's not as bad. And you can see that that white cast is gone. Not only that, but the Refresh Dust it's like a volumizer. So if you have a little bit of an issue with thinner hair, then you might want to try the Refresh Dust. So I'm just going to recurl this hair. This is one of my favorite tricks to getting my blowouts to last long, is by putting the dry shampoo in on the first day when your hair is clean. It works like insurance and it prevents the oily buildup. And I get more longevity out of my blowouts because of that. So now you have my top 5 tips plus my bonus on how to curl your hair properly. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know. All right? I'll see you guys again next week. So I am just kind of sticking around to go over the top section as I'm curling that. You want to definitely take your time. And again, when I'm working around the hairline, I like to curl those away from my face, and the ones that are sort of around it, like this next section, I'm going to curl away like that. The next section I'll curl going towards. And that's the end. This is the final look. I really enjoy this. It's kind of fun. And So I hoped you liked this really quick tutorial. I have a couple more videos where I review products, which I'll be linking in the description. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like. It really helps my channel out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next couple videos. All right, talk to you later. Bye.